Here we are together again on the radio. We appreciate it. And we have a letter here from Travis. Travis writes in, it says, Tom, I'm new to your show and I listen every night on the way home from work. And I must say, it's quite compelling. I know you have a lot of haters out there, but I also know there are a lot of people who follow the show as if it were the Bible, even though I'm not the religious type. Since I'm here, I might as well ask your advice on a girl that has been giving me mixed signals. First off, I'm 27 and from the state of Maine. This girl is 23. She just started working where I do. She's engaged, but to a guy that's overseas in the military. She's pretty hot. She's about 5'3", with quite the smoking body. I don't want to get with her in a relationship type of way. I just want to nail her for the pure satisfaction. I know she has a bad side. She's told me about her college days. Thing is, I'm now lost at how to approach this whole thing. I've tried showing her I was really interested in hanging out, but never letting on that I wanted sex. And I've tried giving her the cold shoulder. I've seen two sides from her. At times, she's really flirty. Other times, she acts like a bitch. The first time we hung out, we went to one of my friends' houses to watch the opening game of the NFL season. We went out to the parking lot to change. I changed in my truck, and she stood behind her open door on the side that faced me and stripped down her panties and changed right in front of me. I'd been to her house once, but I didn't try anything. I just wanted to test the waters. But she has shown interest in me. Today, when I got to work, she started telling me about how she got the wrong pills when she went to get her birth control that morning. She's friendly with a lot of guys at work. I've heard rumors that she's effed two guys there, but I'm not sure how true it is. Sometimes she feels real standoffish, and other times flirty, almost like she's trying to seduce me. So exactly where is this girl coming from, and how do I go about getting in her pants? Thanks, Tom. Travis. Well, first I'll answer your question, Travis, as best I can. It's entirely possible that she hasn't effed anybody at the office, that she's one of these attention whores. We've met women like this before, especially military wives and girlfriends. We know many of them have done very bad things. We've gotten reports from the boys when they've been on assignment and what happens while they're away and what happens when they come back and who's knocking up the girls and what have you. But there are many of these women who don't quite go all the way. They flirt. And they go beyond flirting. They unbutton buttons. They lean over. They breathe in your ear. They put their hands where they don't belong. But then they stop short. Some of them just get into bed. They'll even go so far as to get naked with you, and they go, oh, no, I can't do this. I'm married. And they back off. Now, I know this because I've not only talked to the guys, I've talked to the girls, and I know what they're up to. Now, I must tell you that unless I'm the beneficiary, and even then it's I feel kind of funny about it, but unless I'm the beneficiary, I have a problem with women screwing around on military guys. These guys are serving our country. They are the bravest men we know. They have to be away for long periods of time. And unfortunately, because these guys are afraid of dying or because they're lonely because they're away from home or whatever, they frequently hook up too young. They get into serious relationships at 17, 18, 19 years old, frequently get married, frequently start knocking out kids. And then they are sent off to Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever. And then while they're gone, their immature 18, 19-year-old wives and girlfriends start, looking for trouble. Now, I tell the boys, if you're serving our country, I have all the respect for you in the world, and I have one piece of advice for you. Do not have a serious relationship until you have finished up your military duty. Oh, go around the world and F everything that moves. I'm no prude, baby. Live it up! But having a girlfriend or a wife doesn't guarantee that when you get home, you're going to get what you were expecting to get. It increases the odds of heartbreak on your part. And I don't want to see any of our men getting into that situation. Now, to answer Travis's question here, it's entirely possible this woman has just an interest in getting attention from you and no interest in actually doing it. She's engaged to a guy who's overseas. So she just might, flirt and dress skimpily and have you gawking at her and giggle a lot and stuff like that. But there are a lot of these girls who actually don't pull the trigger. So, frankly, I think that all you can do in a situation like this is nothing. In other words, if she makes a pass at you, you can decide if you want to accept it. But she will always have the option to fall back on. Oh, I can't do that. I'm engaged. My fiancé is overseas. I can't do that. So she might do that with you and not with somebody else. I don't want to put you in that position. I would say do nothing. Do nothing. But what I wanted to do this hour is this. I know we are heard in many, many, many places where there are military bases nearby. We have many members of the military and their families who listen to our show, and they call us all the time. Lots of mail, lots of phone calls. We know, just like policemen and firemen, we know that military guys and their families are right in our wheelhouse. When we're talking about a show that appeals to men, and we are number one in men. I know we are in Seattle and in Los Angeles. I think we're number 3 in men in Portland. I mean, we're real big with men, okay? And who is more masculine? Who has more guts than somebody in the military? Nobody. Nobody. But, boys, I'm doing this for your benefit this hour, okay? I want you to hear what I'm talking about. Because I tell you, don't get into a serious relationship. No babies, no rings, no wedding vows, no girlfriends, nothing. None of these will help you come back alive from where you're going. They won't. And, in fact, they may break your heart at the time we need you the most. You are free to bang whoever you like, because believe me, many of the women you get involved with, they end up banging whoever they like, or at least going out and unbuttoning the top button, boozing at night or whatever. And I aim to prove that to you this hour. So I want to talk to women who are married to or engaged to members of our military, any of the armed forces. I want to find out what very, very bad things you've done while your man has been on assignment, on maneuvers, out to sea, wherever he is. The stuff, girls, that you've been doing that he doesn't know about. The guys you've been doing these things with. How much do you go out? How much do you flirt? Do you flirt? Do you push it any further? Have you come close and then backed off? Have you taken it further than you expected to take it? Millions of men in uniform want to know.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
I would rather lose a testicle than miss your show.
Why, thank you for that.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. All right. Many of our military men have shipped off. And what are the girls doing back home while the guys are away? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Tiffany on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tiffany.
So here's my story now. My husband actually is in Iraq right now. And I didn't exactly mean for this to happen, but I've been staying with his family since he's been over there, and his brother and I actually have been hooking up.
You've been hooking up with his brother?
Yes.
So how did that start? Whose idea was this?
I'm going to try and blame it on the whiskey, Tom.
But it was really you, right? You were behind.
It was really me. Yeah, I'll admit it. Yeah. What can I say? He's been gone. So.
Now, you're 20 years old. Did you get married at 19?
Yes, we did.
Why?
The ring was beautiful. What can I say, Tom? He was a cool guy. I've known him a long time, but his brother was hot, too, and he left, and a girl's got to get some, right?
So where are you getting some? At their parents' house?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Or your parents' house? Where is this happening?
I'm staying with his parents, and
you're staying with his parents, and so how do you get with the brother? How does that happen?
Kind of sneak into his room.
You sneak into his room.
Yeah.
And nobody.
Pot and you know.
And nobody suspects this, huh?
I don't think so. No, I mean we're pretty good about it. So
now what? Do you want to stay married?
No, absolutely not. No, I don't want to break it to him yet, but when he gets home, he's in for a big surprise.
This is what he's in for?
Yeah.
Are you sorry you got married?
I am, yeah. It wasn't going to work. Like, yeah, I'm 20. I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? I'm not done kind of messing around, so I don't know.
Well, this is why I tell everybody, well, this is why I tell everybody not to get married before 25, period.
I know. I've been listening to you for years, Tom. I really should have thought about it, before it happened.
Yeah, I mean, you knew I've been teaching that on the air for a long time, right?
I know you know. I know. I should know better, Tom.
Yeah, well, yeah, you should have thought about that. I mean, certainly you had the information.
I did have the information. I just didn't use it. I was selfish, I saw that diamond, and it just, I was being a girl about it, I guess, Tom.
So you got married because of the diamond?
Sad but true.
Hang on a second here. Now, Catherine, you're also a military wife. What do you think of what Tiffany is saying?
I'm just shocked. We're not married yet, but my fiance is in Iraq currently right now also, and I see this going on. I see, I still go out to the bar that I met him at, that we went to, and I know the women that are down there whose boyfriends, husbands, whatever, are gone, and see them picking up on other guys and not even caring. And I can't believe it. The only time I go out is to actually get a break. I sit at home and I watch the news, and I really worry about my fiance and what's going on, because he's in a combat arms group, which is totally different. He's already earned a Purple Heart after 2 months over there. He's already gotten injured. And I sit around and, I worry and I support him and I watch the news, and I would not have been with him if I thought that I wanted to do something with somebody else while he was away. I mean, why be with somebody? Be free. A lot of these women, they stay married because, you want to know what, Tom? They are stealing from the U.S. government. They get their housing money. I know somebody right now who will refuse to divorce her husband because she's getting housing money every month from him, and the only reason why he's getting the housing money is because he's married, so he steals from us. Or, she steals the money basically from the taxpayers. She's banking on money, refuses to divorce him. He can't do anything because he's stationed in Iraq, and she just collects her money every month and goes and does her thing.
What do you think, Tiffany?
It's not about the money. My situation's a whole lot different than that. But, yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I see that, too. But with me, it was like I found out that, you know what, I'm 20. I made a wrong decision, and, with or without the extra money, whatever, that's not what this is about. I'm not happy with my husband, and I need to divorce him, and that's what I'm going to do as soon as he gets back.
Well, you can start it. You can start it ahead of time. The only thing that goes on right now that people don't really realize is that there's a Soldiers and Sailors Act out there, and basically you cannot screw your husband while he's deployed. You cannot do stuff that would hurt them financially while they're deployed. It's actually a federal law that that protects them. But with him being, my fiance being in an infantry, we're old. We're both 28. And all the guys
that's
there,
over the hill in the military. Hey, Tiffany, hang on. I have a few more people who want to talk to you.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. Oh, Tiffany went away. Tiffany went away. All right, we're talking to women who are either married to, involved with, or engaged to our men in the military. Find out what kind of bad things they're doing while the guys are on the road. Now, George wanted to talk to Tiffany, so before we get to the rest of the calls here, George, what did you want to say here?
That effing bitch, George. I can't believe her.
Well, this is what I'm always talking about, George.
I mean, he's over there busting his butt for the country, and she's over here spreading her legs and riding her brother, his brother.
Yeah, she's not just banging somebody else. It's his brother in his brother's house, his mother's house.
I mean, Jesus, Tom, is her fingers broke?
That's a good question.
I mean, does her battery still work?
Well, the fact is, she shouldn't have to use batteries or vibrators. She shouldn't be married at 19 or 20.
Well, she's an idiot. Yeah. She's an idiot. This guy's over there seeing the worst that anybody could ever see, and she's over there just, and she acts like it's no big deal. I'm right now going into work defending this country, and to hear that this girl is back there doing, his brother should be even worse.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine his own brother is doing this to him.
Oh, exactly. What a lot of love there, huh? I'll take care of the meat for you. I'll keep it warm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and she's so scared she ran away because she knew what an idiot she was.
Well, we were getting a load of callers who wanted to talk to her, and she bolted.
Oh, I wanted to rip her out. I'll tell you what, us submarine force, we'd destroy her if she was any part near us.
I wouldn't be surprised, but this is why I'm telling the boys. No marriage until you've ended your tour of duty. Period. Done.
Oh, don't even get married till like 35 years old.
Well, but I'm okay with that.
I don't understand why these guys want to go out and get married. They're away from mama. They want to be taken care of, so they get the first thing that comes along that spreads their legs and gives it up, and he's in love. He's tired of his old hand. Well, he should just get used to it. Stop worrying about the love. That will come later. Do his job, do his duty for the country, and worry about the bitches later.
Bing, bang, boom. George, thank you. It's Rachel on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi. First of all, that girl Tiffany, I don't know if I believe what she's saying, but if it's true, I'm sorry for her husband because he's out doing what he's doing in Iraq, and she's out there at home doing whatever she wants to do, spending his money, living, she's making money. Like the other caller said, she's making money for the rent. She doesn't even live anywhere. She's living with his parents. So she's out doing whatever she wants to do. As for me, I'm almost 20. I have been married for almost a year, and my husband's in the military. He's away right now, and I'm in the wives' club, and even though it's the officers' wives' club, I was thinking that maybe it would not be as catty and slutty, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is. I'm a minority. I don't have a child.
Tell us what the other girls are doing, Rachel.
Pretty much what Tiffany's talking about. They go out and they pick up men, and it's disgusting to watch because I know them, and they know that I see them doing this. They invite me to go out with them, and men will offer to buy them drinks, and, that's fine if you want to get a free drink.
Well, let's start with this. If you're married, what are you doing out at bars where guys are picking up chicks?
What am I doing out there?
What is anybody who's married doing?
Well, I just go to hang out with my girlfriend.
Right, but couldn't you do that around coffee, or couldn't you go to a restaurant and eat and have a drink while you're eating or something? Why go to a meat market?
Well, sometimes they do it at restaurants too. They look for men to buy them drinks, and they bring them home to the place where their husband's BAH pays for the rent, and they,
Do they try to drag you in?
Yes.
They do.
Yeah,
why don't you get one? It's, you know, why don't you have someone? Don't you feel left out? No, I'm married. I'm not left out. I have someone. He just happens to not be here right now. You know? I don't...
Well, how do you remain friends with people like that?
Well, when you don't have very many other friends, I mean, I have one friend who...
Well, dear, you live here in the world. You're not locked up in prison. You could be friends with anybody.
Well, see, I try to stay away from people with children because I don't like kids and they don't get along with me.
Right.
But and lots of them have children. But I mean, I live in a small town, and there's not many people that I get along with, really. So
there's not many people you get along with. So you'd rather hang out with women who are married who are effing around on their husbands while they're serving their country.
I suppose that's what it comes down to. But I mean, that's not why I hang out with them. I hang out with them because we have similar interests. It just so happens that they happen to be sluts as well, I suppose.
Oh boy! So you have to sit in bars and watch them do this.
I don't have to, but I mean, at first it was kind of amusing because I did not think that they would actually do the things they do. I thought it was just, you know, a tease sort of thing, and, you know, thought it was funny, and now I see that they're actually doing what they're going through with what they're doing, and it disgusts me. And I honestly, I've stopped going out as much, and I don't really go to the Wives Club meetings anymore for that reason.
I understand. Well, that's what I warned the boys about, Rachel. Thank you very much for the call. The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Monique, hello.
Hey, I've never been to Iraq, so, I mean, I could be wrong here, but I thought there were prostitutes everywhere. And so... I mean, who's to say that these married military guys aren't...
Well, if you believe that, then why would you or anyone marry one of these guys?
Well, exactly, and that was going to be my second point, that I think both sides need to take responsibility. We're calling that 20-year-old girl stupid for getting married, and, you know, I agree. I don't think 20-year-olds should be getting married. But how about the guy who married her? Isn't he stupid?
Absolutely, but I'm not talking to him right now.
Okay. But
I tell guys whether they're in the military or not all the time. Not to get married until at least age 25, and preferably when you have attained your goals in life, and not 1 minute before that.
Well, right. And so I just don't think it would be surprising for either party here in this situation.
Well, no, but you say it wouldn't be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising for you. But I see on the screen here, you're 31 years old. The 19-year-olds who are in love, these people, it's not obvious to because they get married.
Right. Well, and here they are.
It's only obvious to you.
Because of the extra experience I have?
Well, among other things, yes. And also, you're not the one who's getting married. They are.
Right. All right. Well, that's all I have.
I mean, if it was obvious to them, they wouldn't get married, would they?
I don't know. I don't know what any of...
Do you think people would get married with the intention of going and banging other people?
I don't know. I think some people probably do.
Some, but I think most actually have good intentions in the beginning. And then they find out what it's like to be left alone, either in Iraq or in Fort Lewis. They find out what it's like.
Right. All right. Well, that's all I had to say, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you. Dory on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I was young when I got married to a military personnel, and it was very difficult. I didn't know how to prepare myself to even deal with him having to leave. And my best friend of 13 years decided to write him a letter and concoct a story to tell him in some shape or form that I may have or may not have had an affair with him, with another male friend of ours. And that really irritated me because he chose to believe her over his own wife.
Uh-huh.
I'm not defending anybody, but without having all the facts, without knowing the truth, it makes it really difficult to know who's saying what.
The truth is, most long-distance relationships don't work out anyway, or at least most of them are not monogamous. And,
they don't.
And certainly when the long distance is 10,000 miles or something like that, it's even less likely that it's going to work out.
No, they don't. And for somebody to be as young as they are and try to make the commitment and then not stick up for the commitment or not even take on the commitment is really, really stupid. I really disagree with somebody deciding to get married and then turn around and say, I quit, is not somebody who honestly thought about...
Well, I think anyone who's married at 19 has not been thinking, no doubt about it. Andrea on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. I've been listening to you probably for about almost 2 months now, and I love your show.
Thank you.
This is my first time calling, and I just wanted to tell you I have 2 friends that decided to get married before he went off to the war in Iraq, and they, got married shortly before he left, and he, not telling his wife, got a copy of all their credit card statements and everything sent over to him in Iraq, just to kind of, keep an eye on her and what was going on behind his back. And, sure enough, as was, she cheated on him with numerous guys, and, there's all these hotel charges and stuff that show up there. So, I mean, you got to kind of know that going into a relationship like that, if you have any doubts, I mean, look how many relationships this happens to. Get something to back yourself up so you don't just have, friends calling you or whoever's saying this and that. You have something to back it up for yourself. And then you can question that person, why are all these hotel charges on here? Why are all these expensive dinner charges on here and stuff? So, I mean, if the guys don't want to, back themselves up and have something that they can go back to, then,
Well, I just think it's silly to get married before you go off on military duty. Why get into one of those situations where everybody's going to be tempted?
Well,
why?
The thing is, they did it more for, if he gets married to her, he'll be getting paid more and, she was in a bind right at the time.
Yeah, but you also cost more. You have to feed that other person. You have to live in a bigger place.
Exactly.
You need more furniture. You need clothes. I mean, who cares if you get paid more? How much do you get to keep?
Well, she wasn't working as it was at that time anyway, so here she's like, well, hey, I get all this money now. So, and
why any man who wants to serve his country would want to get married is beyond me.
He thought, he'd be getting more money with being married to her, but she's spending all his money on other guys. So, it's stupid, and, he found out the hard way what's happening to him.
Yeah, well, a lot of them find out the hard way, unfortunately.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
I was dating a guy for 3 months, and we never even did anything but have sex. That was considered like a boyfriend and girlfriend kind of a thing.
I wouldn't consider it a boyfriend-girlfriend kind of thing.
What would you call it?
Booty call.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show, Charity. Hello.
Hello?
Yes?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Charity.
How are you?
Do you care?
Yes, I do. I care very much.
I'm doing great.
That's great. I'm so glad you're doing great. Well, my boyfriend, or fiance, I should say, he wanted to join the military.
What for?
Because he went to boot camp when he was about 15. And he just...
Are you calling the dog pound, by the way?
I work at a kennel.
Okay.
A movie dog kennel, so sorry about the dog barking.
Yeah.
He wanted to join the military, and he...
Is that because he has no career or no ambition?
He is basically living like a bum.
Why are you engaged to a man who lives like a bum?
He wasn't at first. We got together about almost 4 years ago when I was about 15.
Dear, can I tell you something? Are you a regular listener here?
Oh, very. I love you.
What do you think I would think about you getting with somebody at 15?
I'm a dumbass.
Right. Now, you can undo that.
Yes, I can.
And you should.
I know.
Well, why don't you?
Honestly, I love him.
Dear, you're 19.
I know. I just turned 19, actually. I
know.
was 18 like a couple months ago.
I understand, dear. But you're too young.
I actually sent you an email, Tom.
Charity, you're too young.
I know.
For this. And he's a bum.
He wasn't, though, until just recently.
Dear, how old is he now?
He's going to be 20.
So he's 19.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been a bum all his adult life.
Basically.
Well, dear, what college is he going to?
None.
So why are you with a guy with no ambition, no direction, no education?
Because...
Is that all you deserve?
No, I deserve a lot more because I work... I honestly bust my butt for a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
And...
Well, then why are you with a guy like that?
Promises broken.
Well, dear, all right, now that the promises have been broken, you know what you need to do.
I've tried, and I try to kick him out, Tom. I try to take your advice. I take your advice very seriously to other women, and he just refuses to leave.
Well, dear, do you have a lease?
No, the thing is we live with my parents, and I keep telling him every night he starts a bunch of crap with me.
Then tell your parents you don't want him living there anymore.
I try, but they're always on his side.
Well, dear, then you have to move out.
I'm saving up to move out, Tom.
Well,
I'm going to end up getting a place and a number without him knowing.
Stop calling him your fiancé.
I try to, but it's hard.
I'm telling you, you have to stop.
Okay.
You have to stop.
Okay.
You're not marrying this guy.
Tom, where were you when I was like 15?
I was right here. Where were you?
I was in school and I was too busy trying to get an education.
I could have been a big help to you, Charity. Sorry we missed each other. Thanks a lot for the call.
The Tom Leykis Show.